Hello, this is Dr. with CMN presenting Chelsea on Talk on Birthmark. Hello, Chelsea, how are you?
Great, great.
Tell me a bit about yourself.
My name's Chelsea. I am 35 years old, mother of two, but I was born with a condition called Sturge-Weber syndrome and have a large port wine stain birthmark on the left side of my face.
How's your life in your country?
Great. Like I say, mom of two. I also work weekends in the emergency as a unit clerk. So love working in the hospitals and getting to work with doctors and things. I've always grown up in a hospital because of my condition. So it's kind of nice to continue working there and helping people, which is great.
How do the people react to your news, the people around you? How do they react to it?
I think it depends on the age of the people. Adults can be, a little bit more rude with the staring and the ogling and the whispering and things. I find the younger kids, it's more of a general curiosity. They take it more as, what's that? Why is it like that? And it's usually where I'll get down on one knee and kind of talk to them about it and educate and do the advocacy part that I can. And completely depends kind of on how people react to it.
So how was your childhood? Usually the people with birthmark are bullied or are stared too much and asked too many questions about their condition. And
Well, I mean, you always had to deal with the bullies, the rude comments, the kids picking on you in school and stuff. I know for me personally, it was really bad about halfway through my elementary school. At about that time, they had a movie come out that featured a villain, and it was a Batman movie. And the villain was called Two-Face. And I look similarly like that bad guy. So that was one thing that the bullies always kind of were proud of themselves for, was when they would call me that and go, oh, she looks just like him. And I mean, it was quite sad for me and traumatic, but it was trying to get past them and slowly learn to like myself amidst dealing with the struggles of the segregation and the not fitting in.
so it was a quite traumatic journey growing up. Where do you see yourself in some years, some future years?
I'm currently working on a book, so I'd love to have that go out and kind of share my story and educate in that sense. So slowly getting on that and really just continue with my advocacy work. 2020 has been, the bittersweet part of it has been, the ability to connect more with people online and do my ambassador work for the Vascular Birthmark Foundation and all that stuff with the birthmarks. It's you always have to keep the education and the acceptance going for others to learn from it.
Can we know something about your book? Can we know something about it?
Well, it's kind of a I don't want to say autobiography, but something to that record. I want to know it's kind of a story of my journey and my struggles, and all the way back to when I had different procedures and surgeries. And basically, I want it to be for those Sturge-Weber parents when they first get that diagnosis, what to expect, or why is it so scary, or they have those questions. They can be like, oh, well, look, this girl went through this and she survived. And I mean, the statistics with me were kind of scary at some points, but being able to kind of get through it and show them that their little one is not doomed in any regard, but really, they've got options and ideas. And yeah.
Can you tell something about your patient journey or ever consulted a doctor or about its treatment?
Definitely. I have had multiple procedures, laser treatments on my birthmark. I mean, when it comes to surgeries, I've had countless. I've had brain surgery, multiple eye surgeries for my glaucoma, but the laser treatments was for me probably the most traumatic. I had them from the ages of 4 to 6, and then 13 to 15, and then 16 to 21. And I mean, I can still remember being held down as a kid, laser treatments, and being awake for it, and it being so painful that it wasn't something I don't think I could ever do again awake. Learn to love myself moment in the sense that I knew I couldn't get any more treatment. So I tried makeup and different things for covering up. And that's kind of when I just decided, why do I have to go through all this work and pain to look like everyone else to make them comfortable with me? That's just crazy, backwards thinking. So that's kind of just where I went, nope, you know what? The people that really like me and love me will love me for me, and everybody else can just learn to love me. And this is my, I always joke and say that my birthmark was actually my first tattoo that fate designed. I was meant to be different for a reason. So
So any advice or something you want to say to the people with or without nevus or birthmark?
when it comes to people without, the best advice I can say is, if you see us, walk up and ask the questions, learn something, learn to accept us, love us, no matter our shape, size, color, condition, disability, we're all different. We're made to be different. So, love us, learn to accept us. We are just like everyone else. We have our own life and our own journey. But when it comes to, if you have a birthmark or facial difference, body difference, something, is I have found learning to love yourself is half the battle. I mean, we are taught so early, one of these things is different, they don't belong, but that's the battle, learning to love ourselves, because once we love ourselves, the rest of the world, I've found that out even just this year with the social media platforms. The more I love myself, the more comfortable I get with myself, the more people around me go, Chelsea is amazing. And I don't take that in any egotistical form, but it's really, the amount of stories people have told me of, oh, my daughter watches you, or my son with a birthmark listens to you and your stories, or knowing that my pain and my struggle helps these other people. I mean, that in itself, I go, all those painful moments in my life, there was meaning. There was a reason I had to go through that battle or that self-struggle. And that's half the battle, learning to love yourself.
Thank you so much for the beautiful interview. Thanks a lot. Now,
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.